This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. For decades, Rolex has been the undisputed symbol of luxury, precision, and exclusivity in the world of watches. Coveted by collectors and status seekers alike, the brand's iconic timepieces have often commanded prices far above retail on the secondary or gray market. However, in recent months, the unthinkable has occurred. The Rolex market is showing signs of collapse. Once skyrocketing prices for sought-after models like the Daytona, Submariner, and GMT Master II are now plummeting. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will explore the reasons behind the dramatic downturn in the Rolex market, from shifting economic conditions and changing consumer behavior to the oversupply of models in the gray market. More importantly, it examines what the shift means for collectors, investors, and the luxury goods industry as a whole. Could this be the end of an era for Rolex as a high-yield asset, or is it simply a correction that was bound to happen? Let us take a closer look. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we invite you to do so now to stay updated on our upcoming videos. For over 2 decades, we have been closely monitoring the ebb and flow of the gray market for luxury watches, especially Rolex. This market, where the true pulse of watch pricing can be felt, has recently become the center of attention due to whispers of a price collapse following the pandemic-driven highs. But let us call it what it is, which is known as a market correction. Even before the world came to a standstill, the luxury watch scene was already on edge. When spending options became limited during the pandemic, disposable income found its way into high-end timepieces. Rolexes, Audemars Piguet, and Richard Milles were snatched up with the fervor of brunch-goers diving into a stack of pancakes. As production slowed to a trickle, these watches transformed into rare gems, fueling a frenzy on the gray market. Prices surged doubling, tripling, even quintupling, with some models hitting astronomical levels. From early 2021 to March 2022, the luxury watch market index rose by an impressive 39%, but the data behind those numbers was as opaque as a plot twist in a thriller. Now, as the dust settles and demand evens out, the recent drop in prices feels less like a crash and more like a necessary recalibration after an unprecedented surge. The market index climbed by 39%, but take those figures with a grain of salt, they are about as dependable as springtime weather predictions. Quick pause while not subscribe and join our opulent community for top-tier insights. Back to business. It is not that gray market dealers are the bad guys here. As retail prices surged, so did wholesale costs, leaving margins tighter than a crowded subway at rush hour. In truth, we prefer a cooler, steadier market, where less frantic demand translates to healthier, more sustainable profits. The shift to online shopping during the COVID-19 pandemic gave us an edge, amplifying our digital reach while brick-and-mortar retailers struggled. But as the market heated up, competition became fierce, driving prices higher. The gray market turned into a game of hot potato, with watches passing between dealers, each pocketing a profit before the timepiece even graced a customer's wrist. Savvy customers also joined the fray, flipping watches back to dealers at inflated prices. Remember those sky-high figures for models like the Rolex Daytona White Steel Dial or the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711? Prices for these icons have since plunged, though retail prices remain stubbornly elevated. For those unfamiliar, the gray market serves as a secondary marketplace for luxury watches, dealing in both pre-owned and brand-new pieces, often at prices below MSRP. Here, collectors can find the elusive models that official retailers simply cannot keep in stock. Our aim is not to inflate prices but to provide access to these treasures for genuine enthusiasts. Most of our inventory is priced below retail because exclusivity should not only belong to the elite. So, what is next for this turbulent market? The roller coaster of luxury watch pricing, especially during its peak, gave gray market dealers the power to set astronomical prices for highly coveted models like Rolex Daytonas and Patek Nautiluses. But as supply begins to meet demand, prices are softening. While this correction is a boon for buyers, it is a challenge for dealers who stocked up during the peak, betting on an endless ascent. Beyond the headliners like the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak and the Patek Nautilus, most other brands did not experience the same meteoric price jumps. Now, as the market finds its footing, we will explore what this means for both dealers and collectors in the evolving world of luxury watches. Luxury watches outside the usual headliners saw respectable, albeit modest, increases in value. Think 10%, 20%, or perhaps 30%. These were not the showstoppers doubling or quadrupling in price. This tempered performance is now driving a strategic shift among gray market dealers. Instead of chasing only the most hyped models, they are broadening their horizons to include more accessible and diverse brands such as Tudor and Omega. This pivot not only expands the customer base but also appeals to enthusiasts who prioritize craftsmanship and heritage over fleeting trends. For dealers who rode the wave of hype over the past few years, the market's current correction might feel like missing the last lifeboat on a sinking ship. The clientele chasing quick profits is shrinking, underscoring the importance of a well-rounded inventory. Dealers who avoided putting all their eggs in one basket are better positioned, having always made room for less publicized yet equally compelling pieces. Forward-thinking dealers are also adapting by branching into services like trade-ins or bespoke watch servicing. These offerings are not just survival tactics. They are about strengthening ties with customers who view their watches as lifelong companions rather than mere accessories. In essence, the gray market is transforming. Once seen as a place for opportunistic flips, it is evolving into a more refined and resilient marketplace. This shift is about more than buying and selling. It is about cultivating a sophisticated community of enthusiasts who value the artistry of watchmaking. Dealers are now focused on building relationships, fostering trust, and providing a platform where collectors can share their passion for horology. For buyers, the current slowdown offers a golden opportunity to secure coveted pieces at more accessible prices. It is less about quick gains and more about embracing a deep-seated love for the art and science behind luxury watches. For dealers, the cooling market is a chance to recalibrate, ensuring their business models are built on sustainable demand rather than volatile hype. Looking ahead, the gray market remains far from out of the game. It has proven time and again to be the comeback kit of commerce, adapting and thriving on the enduring allure of exclusive timepieces. Even amidst downturns, the timeless charm of luxury watches remains unshaken. As the market stabilizes, we can expect a revival, particularly for iconic models that never utterly lose their luster. While the trajectory may oscillate with modest dips and rises, the gray market continues to evolve, creating a vibrant ecosystem for novices and seasoned collectors alike. For seasoned collectors and newcomers alike, the high-end watch market is shifting faster than sands in an hourglass. Staying sharp, informed, and flexible in your decisions is crucial. Keep a watchful eye on the market. It has a knack for surprises, and your next dream timepiece might just be waiting around the corner at an unbeatable price. The market's fluctuations are like ocean tides, and for those who navigate wisely, every low tide reveals hidden treasures. As we wrap up, it is clear that the luxury watch market is at a turning point, offering challenges and opportunities for collectors and dealers alike. Whether you are chasing timeless classics, exploring hidden gems, or simply indulging in the art of horology, the journey is as rewarding as the destination. Remember, the key to thriving in this dynamic landscape is staying informed, adaptable, and enthusiastic about the craft. Keep your eyes on the horizon, because in the ever-evolving world of watches, the next big moment could be ticking closer than you think. What are your thoughts on the current state of the watch market we shared in this video? We would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.